So, in the last episode, we were just talking about many Reavers and some Chosen. Ugh. Blech. It is at night, so I don't think I want the ranged lads. Well, the thing is, I can see myself fighting in the Southern Holy War, maybe on the next one. Once I have my 4 ranged guys, 2 bowmen and 2 crossbowmen, all fully upgraded, then I won't worry too much about the handgunners, because I find you get a turn or 2 to pelt them with your ranged guys before they come into your range. And like on turn 1, you can wound 1 or 2, maybe kill 1. Turn 2, fine, they shoot a bit, but then you really do a lot of damage fucking quickly with your own ranged lads. Yes, Kratox. I've got to be super careful here with Orbis. He's crap, if I'm honest. No. Good stabbing. The pierced hand is a great injury to inflict. Actually, putting pebbles there would be a mistake, so we're not going to do that. Oh. Is that second pole sword sitting in inventory? I'll have to take a look. We've got a guaranteed headshot here. Boom. Honestly, like Kratox with his one-handed flail used as a duelist is doing more than this two-handed flail. So close. Oh, injured the hand. Fatigue, alright. 69% chance, 59 times 2. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Severe concussion. That lad is now combat ineffective. That's what I'm talking about. Kratox, can he survive that Warhammer hit? He probably can. 93 hit points is a lot. Nice dodging. Ow! Struth! Ugh. Thing with these high-level barbarians, that's just, ugh. They are so dangerous. They inflict such horrible injuries, and you just get such crap weapons and armor from them. Well, you say looking forward to getting the goons replaced, but I mean, Kratox has performed admirably. Arbus is in trouble. Careful, Arbus. Rip. Are we going to replace him? I don't know if we replace him. He's really one of the weakest lads we've had. Stint skunk, thank you. kind. I also feel like I also avoid barbarians, but I mean I couldn't for this mission. This is a very high-paying escort mission. That one particular chosen there has been screwing us over. It's so fucking hard. God damn it. Killed one lad, injured another. No, I don't want to fight barbs. Absolutely not. This is purely a case of being given a big profitable escort mission. And I felt like I could take on all comers. Fucking hell. Ugh. He's gonna kill another guy, isn't he? Oh! It's like one chosen gets into their back lines and you got such problems. Well, there's no money in fighting barbarians because of the amount of armor damage you take. Yeah, we've got... Well, our two shield breakers are almost level 11, so... Oh, damn it, lads. We do have a lot more hiring and firing to do. We've got to keep looking for higher level lads. Even this dude has just happened to be an absolute god. Die! Fatigue. Yeah, fatigue. Ouchie. Good lord. It's not too late to pivot Anko away from shield breaker role to a regular two-hander. At 11 I can just give him a reach advantage and let's say axe mastery, and then he can sit there and swing a big two-handed axe. But also 18 melee skill isn't that great. Oh, piss off. Okay, it's just thralls and reavers. It's like, in this part of the map, oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's more barbarians than actual citizens in this part of the world. Let's get the crossbow boys back in. Who else out of this lot? I think Pebbles Walrus. This will have to do for now. And with the pole sword lads holding the flanks. Decent. Get some levels on Pebbles Walrus. I think he and Anko then need to be greatsword users to hold a flank holding greatsword users. But when I go great sword, then I've got sword, greatsword, greatsword. I don't want to go greatswords because I want more armor damage, but the thing is I don't have the kind of brothers with the kind of melee skill to be able to use like a warhammer or a great axe. Greatsword is probably the safest, best option. 72. Actually, hang on, we can free up a bit of fatigue here. If I go like that. I agree, Donkey. I think I'm going to have to just compromise. And I'm just going to have to get the great swords. Okay, so Pebbles Walrus is also going to be a great sword user. And Anko. Pivot away from shield breaker roll to heavy armor. Great sword. Bone plating, that's good. So what is this? 3 skull. It's a big goblin fight. That'll probably be a trap mission where we are surrounded. Ooh, look at that. 324 for 17, that's very nice. 250 for 21, that's kind of eh. It's very meh. I think bone plating is better on light armor. But I want wolf mantle on the front line. I think that's the way to go. Well, Shameless Soul, if you have a goblin problem, I can recommend the heavy crossbow. It's outstanding. You just need lads with nice high skill. You need a shield here. It only negates 1 hit, correct? But by giving it to a backline crossbowman, being a ranged fighter, he's almost certainly going to be threatened by other ranged fighters the most. And that means crossbow bolts, which hit hard. And it doesn't weigh anything, so it doesn't add to the weight of the armor. Okay, we need a temple. Where's a temple? And a training hall. There's not enough temples on this map. There we go. I'm with you, Shameless. I must be annoying everybody reading the YouTube comments with, all I do is crap on about how much I love my peasant militia. None of these guys are good candidates for conversion. Shvikopf, armies at Shvikopf. Ooh, Cave of Ishak Ghul. Lindworms, no thanks, I don't want to die. Cargo to Emmerich, 2 days to the northwest. It's going to be a long time before we are fighting Lindworm. It's stopping it at Walkenberg. I think Walkenberg is going to have tools for us. Ooh, a brigand leader. There could be decent heavy armor there. Let's do some quick armor trading. I think I want to fight this during the day, actually. Come on, little brigands. give me your stuff. Well, Melikor, if you fight in the arena, you get extra resolve. So, once we identify some of my guys here who are, you know, superstar fighters, we should have them go fight in the arena all the time. And then being cultists, plus devotion to Davkul, plus I take them to 50 resolve and leave it there. I think after like 12 arena fights, you get plus 12 resolve. So 50 resolve base, plus 12 from the arena 62, plus what, 10 from Davkul devotion is 72, plus 15 from him, that's what, 87. That's a lot of resolve. This I think is a handgun fight. It is shit gear, but he's still worth daggering down. It'll fetch a couple hundred gold. It's worth it for the money at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before I send him on the high ground, I want to see if my tank can get there. He cannot. Shot. I do find that the nomad leaders tend to have that golden armor, which is always 200. The only time I've seen heavier armor on the nomads is when they have, I think it's called the Executioner, but it's like southern lamellar, heavy lamellar armor, which I wouldn't want anyway. I think it weighs 38 fatigue. It's far too heavy. Ow. For them, well, not only by looting. I mean, the thing is, at this point, we have okay armor on just about everybody. So if I'm buying armor, it's because I've saved up, you know, like 10, 20,000 gold, and I'm buying a legendary armor from a well-supplied city. Damn it! Die! I tend to get most of my legendaries just from raiding neutral camps. And we are 300 days in, so we're just starting to approach the part of the game now where if you go to a big enough neutral camp, you're almost guaranteed a legendary. Like you're getting to 50% legendary chance. I think it's a dice roll. But, well, no, it might actually be guaranteed. I mean, unless there's any other city modifiers, but I'm pretty sure that if it's a city that has an armor smith, and you complete the escort mission and it becomes well supplied, and as long as there aren't, like, you know, raiding parties or any other city modifiers, then there will be legendaries. Shot. Yes, your morale. Flee. Flee from the warriors of Davkul. Still, our lads must be terrifying with their weapons and their tattooed faces. I should have quick hands there. Missed a chance. Damn it. Yes. You can pretty much safely rely on an arbalest making someone roll for morale. It hits so hard. Okay, we ruined his armor, unfortunately. God damn it, 74%. That's... Nice double kill, Emery. It's so satisfying having your crossbow guys just pick guys off. Bones, get him! We'll take a look. I still think some of my most deadly guys would be the lads from the previous playthrough. We had some two-handed weapon guys who had like 300-400 kills each. Fine, let him go. Oh, 5 on pebbles. Excellent. $14 on Sparrow 4. Likewise, excellent. I mean, like, for what he's doing as a tank, 68 fatigue is fine. 100 hit points, that's also fine. Alright. Well, Melikor, if you know, have a lot of time on your hands, it's long. I think it went like 80 episodes. 80 hours worth of content. But there was a decent little time in that playthrough where we had... I think at one point we had 4 two-handed Warhammer users. And then I had a build that I actually missed a little bit. The Torturer build. Which is someone who's like my dagger... Well, it's a dagger specialist, just with cleaver mastery instead of dagger mastery. And they have quick hands instead of backstabber. And then they switch back and forth between whips and cleavers. Whips to disarm higher threat targets. And cleavers for finishing off low hit point targets, and just doing loads of damage to unarmored targets. Right, where is my fully repaired tier 2 mace so I can judge prices? Deliver to Blancoom. Well, let's get some exploring done. For those of you wondering, I can absolutely recommend that Torturer build. They are weak against super heavy armored targets, but if you pair them with other brothers who are very good at dealing with armor, you can offset that, and it feels absolutely worth it. Has Backstabber and let your banner be super useful in fights? So Shameless, you don't suggest that he uses a Goblin Pike and Backstabber? Because we've established that Backstabber doesn't work when you're attacking over your brother's shoulder. And yes, Melikor, a Hammer Lad, for instance, that would be, you know, the ideal. I don't need three-headed flails anymore. I think I need one three-headed flail for Kratox. We tested this a couple of episodes ago on our polearm guy who has backstabber. So if he's attacking over someone's shoulder, he gets plus 5% per brother surrounding his target. Whereas if he is then physically in contact with his opponent, then he gets plus 10 per brother surrounding him. So when I say backstabber doesn't work, it doesn't work for the person who has it when he's attacking from one tile away. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Pebbles Walrus, the most generous man. Thank you so much, buddy. You are far too kind. So 260 there per tool. I think we have to buy that. It's odd. Why is the gifted subs not showing up on alerts? Weird. Hunt down Barbarian King and his war host. That's a lot of money, but I do not want to fight more barbarians. And I don't want to take the chance that the barbarian asks me to help him fight undead. 2 days to the east, Tonda. I don't want to get involved with that thing. That is a Alp. The King's armor is nice and heavy. It's nice and, well, it's good. I think it's a 300 or it's 280, but it's incredibly heavy. And we don't particularly need another set of heavy armor that's that heavy. 20, 40, 60, 80. Eyes peeled for another mercenary company, lads. Bannerlord. I'm going to give Bannerlord a bit more time. It needs a bit more development. It's still buggy. Some strong lads. The day. Church of Dark Priest, southwest. Actually, Millicor, I'm just going to play Stone Shard for a bit, and once we're done with Stone Shard, I think it's time we jump into CK3. So let's follow the tracks. That should be a quick and easy mission. And what is this? Oh, patrol the roads. Perfect. Stone Shard's been great. I played a bit this afternoon. It's really good. Northwest, you say? That way. What sucks for me as a streamer is I feel like I kind of have to play these games before full release, because if you come to the party too late, then you got no chance of getting viewership, you know? Very frustrating. So I'll put my crossbow lads here. I think they're not going to have a shot. Well, you say that, Malachor, but it almost always feels shit in the swamps. It's very rare that you get a full solid ground spawn and the enemy gets the swamp spawn. Shot! Ostfries. Sehr gut. Does he have bullseye yet? He does. Oh! Yeah, if those trees weren't there, this would be a much better fight for us. Goblin necklace for tentacles. Yeah, well, I think you can only get one goblin necklace per playthrough, right? So you can choose one lad who can't be grabbed. But when it's time for us to do the Kraken fight, I want to have everybody with a fighting spear to start with, and then a goblin pike in their backpack. And then we're going to also have a bunch of acid. We're going to throw acid. And then when it's tentacle killing time, you use the fighting spear. When it's Kraken poking time, you use the goblin poker. I mean, I know the Kraken has resilience, so it only bleeds 1 turn per attack, but when killing a tentacle does like 2 damage, the extra 5 bleeding per turn is comparatively huge. Come towards us, you assholes. Actually, muddy earth. I could go forward there. Nah. Hold. The goblin poker only costs 4 AP to attack with, 5 AP to attack with. So as long as you're on unmodified ground, you can move 2 tiles and attack. And it inflicts bleeding like a cleaver. And it gives plus hit chance. Very good weapon. The goblin poker is one of the better training weapons for new lads. Oh, come on, 74, miss. For sake. God, swamp fights are so dreary. There we go, nice, good shot. Is it even worth going in the murky water at all? Not really. I get that, Malachor, but we're not doing that at this playthrough. On the couple of occasions where I would re-roll for terrain is where I'm assaulting a ruin and they get the high ground. Like if you spawn into multiple ranged fighters and they have the high ground, it's like, that's a no from me, dog. Oh, come on. Right, now we can start pushing forward, I think. Shot, Ostfreeze. Crossbows for the win. It's funny, the sound of the crossbow is, you know, the sound of suffering and torment for so many players, but if it's your own crossbows, fine. Totally fine. Nice. What a satisfying thunk. I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but I seem to have some memory of the Game of Thrones books. I seem to recall that, didn't the Hound fight with a mace in the books? Because in the TV show he uses like a great sword or a long sword. There was that one scene at Joffrey's birthday where he used the mace. I don't know. Just makes a lot of sense though. For a gigantic, incredibly powerful dude, a mace makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, Zedog. So 85 ranged skill is a touch low. But as we said before, and we'll say again, when it comes to the cultist playthrough, you gotta take what you can get. And I mean, with Bloodthirsty and Brute, it's such a pity he didn't have, you know, a nice star distribution for a melee fighter. Just think how dangerous he would have been. I mean, with Brute and Bloodthirsty, that's when you make a Headhunter Axe Duelist. So good. Well, so it's 15 chance to hit and -3 per tile of distance. So it's +12 if he's shooting at, you know, just over his brother's shoulder. If he's shooting at max distance, I think it's +3%. Because it's +6 distance. No, that's minus 3 times 6, so 18, so -3 accuracy at full distance. Unless there's another modifier like height. I think a Berserk is certainly worth it. Berserk and Killing Frenzy, I think, is what I want. He doesn't need any more defensive stuff. He's already got bags and belts and quick hands. Could go Fearsome. Especially with the handguns. The smart move is Killing Frenzy, but if I go within the theme of the whole warband, I'd go Fearsome. But the thing is, when I'm using the crossbow, Fearsome does nothing. Just because the crossbow 0 to 49 can ignore armor. How many Fearsome lads do we have? Not a whole lot, actually. We started the playthrough trying to get an idea of how effective Fearsome would be, and the answer to that has been kind of effective. It's not super effective though. Oof, so close. It's funny you say that, Shameless Soul. I've never heard anyone put it that way before. It's usually the opposite. It's everyone usually says that the show ruins the books for them. I'm not one of those lads who is like, oh, you know, the books are always better. And the book's better, you know, power of your mind, and it's a better way to engage it. But I mean, since audiobooks are out, and if I think in my life, like, when do I have time to read? I just never feel like I have time to read. I mean, I had a bit of that when I was watching the show Game of Thrones, and I was super annoyed they didn't include Strong Belwas, one of the most interesting characters. But as soon as you just say to yourself, just let go of your own expectations and just let the show be, and judge the show on its own merits, you know, you can enjoy it more. Sell. Who am I holding this quiver, this large quiver of bolts for? 14, yeah, no one needs that. We can sell that. two-handed flail sucks. It's been a total... That flail is a fail. Uh, 78, 98, bam bam. I truly don't want to get off on another Game of Thrones moan. Game of Thrones rant. So sad. That show was the Trojan one. Do we need that Saleh? Who needs... Yes, actually, I need to be buying Salehs for all my archers. It's funny when I think of Game of Thrones. I mean, for me, my favorite fantasy type show was always Rome. I have a deep and abiding love for that show. And then if you had asked me up until like the end of season 4, is Game of Thrones better than Rome? I would have said 100% yes, without a doubt. Now, season 5 and the bad pussy and everything after that, I would say Rome is actually a better show. I should have known when season 5 came around. There were such danger signs. That whole storyline was so bad. Oh, the whole Dawn thing. It just started to look cheap and really shitty. I want to mop up these undead for the XP, but not in a forest. Oh, nice. The Shameless Soul, honestly, when it comes to the TV show, just stop at season 4 and you'll be happy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of difficult to overstate how bad Game of Thrones got. Well, I don't know. All the fast travel on the map they had. I remember Gendry running from, you know, from the, what do they call them, the 3 peaks, back to the wall in like half an hour. Everyone becoming absolutely brain dead. No, stop. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to have a Game of Thrones rant. That dude, they absolutely were tired of it. D&D were just given the Star Wars license, basically. And they were like, I'm done with Game of Thrones, let's get over with this shit. I will say, they're very good at taking someone else's material and making a good show, but as far as creating their own material, no good. Hold. Get him. I have such high hopes for Ostfreeze. Our first bow and arrow using ranged lad. Long may he reign. So I was heading to that Necromancer Circle to get the heads for this patrol mission. But now that these zombies have showed up and there's a nice bandit group we can go fight. She was referred to as Danny in the show as well. Wait, was she? No. Well, I mean, even if she wasn't, if someone said Danny, obviously it's Daenerys. Also, I never understood some of the decisions they made, like why they recast... What was that dude again? Danny's lover, the guy of the Second Sons, Dorian Naharis. I don't know what issues they had with that first actor, but he was a way, you know, better. He fit more for Dorian Naharis. The other guy, very good actor, arguably better actor. But he just didn't look right. Bluebeard, wasn't Bluebeard pirate guy? I don't recall. I haven't read the book since I was in high school, like freaking 20 years ago now. No. My favorite enemy type. Yeah, her brother was a good character. It was so much good. It's overall still a great show. Boo! Yeah, The Witcher shows great promise, but I gotta say, in that first season when they had the whole Hedgehog Knight subplot, then I was like, oh no, this just looks dreadful. It was so fucking cliche as well. I remember watching that whole sequence and I'm like, oh, let me guess, these two are in love. Yep, okay. He's been cursed, hasn't he? Oh yeah, of course he is. Let me guess, love's true kiss is gonna... there we go, it's transformed him. Fucking lame. And that Hedgehog Knight looked terrible. Like, the effects looked so cheap. Yeah, the magic twirl was dreadful. But, like, if I think to myself, like, Yen is supposed to be... her beauty is supposed to make her look otherworldly, like, not real. And the actress is obviously gorgeous, but, like, how would you actually portray someone to show that? I don't think you can, really. I mean, they obviously augment her eyes with that purple glow, and that's really all you can do. Sup, Anko? Oh yeah, the Witcher series is really good. I will say, Henry Cavill is exceptionally good as Geralt. He absolutely nails it. Yeah, maybe. But I suppose, arguably, to the show's credit, they're like, it's just not that important. Let's not worry about it. Jumas, is it worth giving him Colossus as a heavy armor lad? I mean, he's going to get... how many hit points? Plus 20. You'll get up to 80 hit points. I mean, like, this build is totally fine for a great sword lad. He's going to be a mace lad. Let's just give him... yeah, let's give him Colossus. Why not? Loads of hit points. 76 plus 20 from his Davkul devotion. Get him up to like 100 hit points. Can never have too many hit points. Oh, we've got a spare butter knife here. Anybody need a dagger? Nope, we're good. I want to pull these guys out into open ground. I do not want to fight them in a forest. If you get unlucky with... oh, first Hochberg coming to fuck this up for us. Go away. Don't stand still. Keep running, you fools. Oh god, now I've got to fight them in a forest. Please no tier 2 crossbows. Please no. But well, what other game-based shows, movies are there? I can't even think of any other game-based movies. Sonic the Hedgehog. Clearly the best. Tomb Raider, I suppose. There's been a lot of Tomb Raider made. Angelina Jolie. Pixels doesn't count. It's not really a game property. It's just a shitty movie. The thirst for Kevil. Well, you know. Equality, I suppose. Men have to put up with it as well. Oh yeah, Resident Evil, yeah. Mila Jovovich, man, I still remember her in Fifth Element. Big bada boom. Gorgeous, that girl. Now, are these nerds actually going to come forward? I certainly hope so. Multipass, yeah. Oh, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Okay. Yeah, The Witcher is definitely the best video game movie then, because Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter can be a bit yikes. I really enjoyed the Street Fighter movies. They were so silly. And Mortal Kombat, the first one was quite fun as well. Oh god, Super Mario. Oh no, with John Leguizamo. I know about it, but I never watched it. It looks absolutely god awful. Cursed. Looks cursed. Okay boys, start pushing forward. Kill these nerds. I should actually watch Sonic. I've heard surprisingly some good things about the Sonic movie. I mean, it's got Jim Carrey in it, so you know he's going to be brilliant. And speaking of Jim Carrey, randomly the YouTube algorithm threw up some clips from Me, Myself and Irene. I got to rewatch that. Great movie. It wasn't a video game movie, but I remember the early 2000s version of Spawn that was made. And I really enjoyed that Spawn movie. John Leguizamo was brilliant in it, as that like demon clown thing. Oh yeah, yes man, that's a lot of fun. For me, his best work is still The Mask. Classic movie, love The Mask. It was The Mask that, you know, had me fall fully in love with Cameron Diaz. Absolute belter. If you think about it, I think you could make the argument that that Spawn movie was one of the first comic book type movies where they went quite dark with it, because I don't know if there were any dark comic book movies before then. They were all really cartoony and kind of shit. The HBO show I didn't watch. Nice. Noble sword. That's worth a bit of money. A decent hat as well. Shot. This is a dreadful map. It's one of the worst maps we've ever fought on. Imagine this poor dude. He's back, but trees behind him, nowhere to escape, getting pinned into a corner, stabbed in the belly. Yeesh. I'm still waiting for Lobo to get the Hollywood treatment. But, I don't know, they'll have to clean it up and sanitize it so much. Because the Lobo comics were something else. I don't know, does Buffy count? It's a comic book, technically, wasn't it? I don't know, I was never a Buffy fan. Look how congested this whole fight is. What a pain. Ow! Bloody tier 2 crossbow. This is a bit of a clusterfuck of a fight, this. Why the name Stobbie? My surname is Stobot, so everyone just calls me Stobbie. It's been my nickname through high school, through my whole life. Well, my brother and my dad too. We all get called Stobbie or Stobbs. Usually. Yeah, I think you hold your position, Venthorn. That lad will walk into range at some point here. Less epic. I don't know what you're expecting. Well, one thing that annoys me, I had to put the 149 after my name because Stobbie is already taken on YouTube. It's like a little 13-year-old Australian lad who's uploaded one video 6 years ago and now it's a dead channel. So I hope his channel just disappears someday. I've already emailed him asking me if I could get the name, maybe even pay for it, but I never got a response, so I assume it's just a dead channel. And I tried to register just Stobbie on Twitch, but it told me I can't. It told me it's already taken, but then if you search for just Stobbie, only my channel comes up. The 149 is because I played cricket growing up, and 149 is my highest score batting. Yep. I mean, I just needed a number that's, you know, significant to me, and there you go. Oh yeah, real or Stobbie IRL. Well, Stobbie IRL would be Stobbie, which would be super weird. But I mean, it's the decision's been made, and you know, it is what it is at this point. I think these days, if you see someone who's got a social media or any kind of thing that has numbers afterwards, people just know you have to put the numbers because the other name, the unnumbered name, is taken. 149, yeah, that's a very good score. It was the only time I ever scored 100. It's a great day for me. I'm trying to think what would the equivalent be in like football, soccer, as you know. I suppose scoring a hat trick. It's, you know, it's a hell of an achievement. Named bat, lol. Legendary bat. It was just my day. I was just seeing the ball like an absolute beach ball. Every time I hit it, it just went to the boundary. It didn't make any mistakes. If any of you who've played sport semi-seriously, or even at high school, you'll know, if you're playing, whether it's field hockey or American football, whatever it is, sometimes you just have a game where you just can't put a foot wrong. Everything just goes perfectly. Almost never happens, but it's glorious when it does. Okay, so Raging Fury is level 11 now. Let's go fatigue and melee defense. I was just thinking now, maybe we could have Raging Fury, instead of going for the shield breaker roll, he could hold the flank, but he doesn't have the melee skill, even with determined, and he doesn't have the defense. Yeah, shield breaker is the right role for him, so axe mastery, killing frenzy. He is going to need quick hands if he's going to be a shield breaker, I think. Heavy armor, he's fine defensively. So eventually his build will be long axe, heater shield, one-handed axe, and then support items. Let's go quick hands, I think. Oh yeah, that's true. He does need rotation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks. A good call for reminding me to get rotation. You graduated. Oh, congratulations. I remember when I finished both my degrees. Finishing a degree is such a, God, it's a good feeling. Just knowing that you don't have to study anymore. Oh. Okay, footwork. That's awesome. That helps keep him safe. Rotationally, I hate to admit, you are correct, sir. I've not been taking rotation as much as I should have. "34 heads, that'll do." Mathematics, wow, that's super impressive. I am mathematically challenged. Although to be fair, my math teachers were dreadful in high school. But, I mean, I have limited... I put it this way, I'm slightly skeptical of the idea that some people... Well, of aptitude. The idea of aptitude generally I'm a little skeptical of. But I do think it holds some merit. I mean, when it came to English, anything to do with writing, I could do it easily, you know. I remember in high school, in detention, being given a 3,000-word essay, and my teacher thought she was being smart, and she asked me to give her 3,000 words on the inside of a ping pong ball, and I think I wrote something like 14,000. I made a story where, like, you know, the inside of a ping pong ball is this own little mini ecosystem with a whole civilization inside it, and like the powder on the inside of a ping pong ball, those were like skyscrapers and these little atom-sized people living. And I wonder if I still have that story somewhere. I was quite proud of that. Random. But if we're going to talk about education, and this is something I talk to my mom about a lot, because my mom's been a teacher, she's retired now, but she was a teacher for 43 years. And what amazes me is you learn so much stuff in schools, but you never get taught how to think. So like, you know, analyzing evidence, skepticism, parsimony, argumenting, you know, analyzing arguments, analyzing evidence. That, you know, like, to me, well, they put it this way: when I seize power of the global, you know, global superpower, when I'm ruling Earth, basically, that's going to be my first thing in reforming education. Like, I mean, I know that the mitochondria is the, you know, the energy thing of the cell. But, and I can work out, you know, the little Pythagorean theorem thing. But I was never taught. Like, I had to learn that myself, just through, ironically, through atheist videos, through Sam Harrison, Christopher Hitchens, and that. That's how I learned to be, you know, a reasonable thinker. Anyway, I've got to stop now. Hour-long episode. Good little episode. Thanks for watching. YouTube folks, get ready for your next episode tomorrow. Hour a day of Battle Brothers.